The Other Daughter, Chapter 12, I Am the Affair Baby. That's right, the living, breathing reminder of every scandalous headline and whispered judgment. The Williams had always placed great importance on the marriage between Bella and Andrew. But as I dug deeper into Nova Group's operations, I uncovered some major problems. On the surface, the company seemed prosperous, but it was actually a hollow shell. Traditional business sectors were shrinking, and new ventures hadn't caught up, leaving gaps in development. The company's outdated model was on the brink of being outpaced by the market. It was clear the Baldwin family desperately needed support from the Williams. Not long after, rumors began to swirl that Andrew wanted to call off the engagement. Supposedly, he'd already approached Bella to break things off, but neither side's parents had made any statements. At the celebration banquet following a press event, Andrew openly defended me in front of Bella. It was obvious to everyone there. Gossip spread like wildfire around the company, with people whispering that I'd swooped in and stolen Bella's fiancé. My dad confronted me soon after, his expression tense. "What's going on? Tell me the truth." I shrugged. "Pretty much what everyone's saying." He stared at me, dumbfounded. "Andrew is your sister's fiancé. Do you even realize what this could do to Nova?" "Andrew is the key to Nova's future," I said, cutting him off. "Does it really matter whether he marries Bella or me, Alice?" For a moment, he looked completely thrown, like he didn't even know who I was anymore. I pressed on. "Dad, you know as well as I do who's better suited to support you and keep Nova on top in this market, me or Bella. I get it. You think Bella's more proper, and you're worried about what Delilah will think. But let's be honest. You're not the same man who relied on the Delilah family to start Nova. Sure, they gave you a chance, but everything you've built since then is because of your own intelligence and hard work. What does their family even have to do with us now?" I knew exactly how to hit his weak spot. He'd always been deferential to Delilah because Nova was originally funded by her family. The more he felt indebted to them, the more it fed his sense of inferiority and even resentment. Outwardly, he might not dare to stand up to her, but I was sure he hated her deep down. After all, if he truly had gratitude and loyalty, my mother and I wouldn't even exist to begin with. I know my father all too well. When he was struggling, he sought out Delilah to build his career. Once he achieved success, he turned to my mother in search of love. To him, what truly matters is himself and the rise-fall of his family name, not the turmoil within it. I recognize his talent and ambition, but I also see the indifference lurking behind his calculated pretense. His hesitation, his wavering, it all makes sense. Only the most critical, self-serving interests can ever truly move him. My words clearly struck a nerve. Sitting straighter in his chair, he looked more confident than I'd seen him in years. "You're more capable than Bella," he admitted, though reluctantly. "But your identity, who cares if I'm a fairborn?" I shot back. Even that infamous tycoon had 5 women and over a dozen kids. Now his second woman's children are the ones in charge. Who dares to look down on them? The very next day, my dad called a board meeting and announced me as Nova's new deputy general manager, taking over Bella's role. When he introduced me, he used the name Alice Baldwin. The news caused an uproar. My identity as Christian's secret daughter spread across the company like wildfire. The way people looked at me completely changed. Some tried to be polite, calling me Deputy Baldwin, while others went for a more casual young Baldwin to curry favor. My dad urged me to move quickly and lock down Andrew. I nodded along, but didn't make any effort to meet him. Andrew hadn't wronged me. If anything, I'd been the one manipulating his feelings for my own gain. Now that I'd gotten what I wanted, I couldn't be bothered to keep up the charade. Besides, Ezra's warning during the banquet still echoed in my mind. My instincts told me he was someone I didn't want to cross.